Game number 4 on day 2 of this 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. It's brought to you by our friends at Coastline Express Car Wash in Charlotte. We wrap up day 2 with our first ladies game. It's the Dolphins and Yetis from Cleveland Community College. Cleveland comes in 1-8. They're 1-6 in Region 10. Meanwhile, Brunswick Dolphins are 2-6. They're 0-2 at home and 1-3 in Region 10 play. And hi again, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Yeah, I'm in the building for this one. Happy to be with you. Let's meet the starting lineups for the Yetis and Scooter Lawrence. It's number 2, Grace East. Number 11 is Michaela Ross. Number 12, Amani Hicks. Number 20 is Ziamara Estella. And number 32 is Raven Brooks. And now for Joe Gaughan and the Brunswick Dolphins, it's number 3, Sadasia Murphy. Number 5 is Brooke Wilkins. Number 10 is Krishaya McCoy. Number 12 is Jemiah Leach. And number 24 is Kalen Logan Boaknight. So that's the starters. First meeting all time as the Yetis are a first-year program. Cleveland Yetis, first year with women's basketball at Cleveland Community College. They are coming off a 68-58 loss against Catawba on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Dolphins have been off for a while because of a couple postponements. So December 6th was Brunswick's last game. They lost 78-54 against Spartanburg Methodist. Brunswick shot a season-best 46% in that game, but they had 35 turnovers in the loss. Krishaya McCoy had 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. 8 players in that game for the Dolphins had at least 5 points. Game 2 of a 3-game homestand will wrap things up here tomorrow afternoon. A time change because of the weather. We've moved everything up, so the game against Southwest Virginia for the Dolphins is scheduled for a 4 p.m. start. We'll see where we're at. Boy, the Yetis are rocking some like early 90s fluorescent green. I'm liking these uniforms. This is a throwback for me. I got the In Living Color music in my head all of a sudden. So it's going to be Ross to tip it with Murphy as we're underway, and the Dolphins will control the opening tip. Wilkins got it to McCoy, and the shot clock never started. So a clock issue at the start of this one. And Boaknight will have to inbound it. Offense really improving for the Dolphins over the last 2 games. They were over 50 points in both games after a 3-game stretch where Brunswick averaged 38.3 points per game. McCoy's been over 50% in her last 2 as well, so let's see if they get Krishaya going early. Here's Leach, gets it to the cutter, and throwing it up and in is Sadasia Murphy. So Murphy averaging 9.4 points per ball game scores, and the Dolphins force a traveling violation there on Grace East. Into the forecourt, Boaknight. 2-3 zone, it looks like, for the Yetis. Bounce pass goes to McCoy. Cross court to Wilkins. Brooke Wilkins back to McCoy with 11 to shoot. Here's Leach. Leach throws it up short. Rebound control by the Yetis. Into the forecourt, it's Hicks. Top of the key, Estella. East off the bounce pass. High pass for Hicks. Hicks on the elbow, swings it right side to Brooks. Brooks, my apologies. The B's missing on my notes. And another turnover for the Yetis, who averaged 21.5. Neither one of these teams lighting it up offensively with just 3 combined wins on the season. Boaknight against the trap. Toss to McCoy. McCoy full court. Wilkins has a 2-on-1. Back door was open, and Murphy is 2 for 2. Sadasia Murphy's got all 4 in the game. Now Ross throws it ahead. She was looking down low for Estella. So it'll be Brooks to inbound it here for Cleveland. Catch and shoot three is off the mark by Ross. Fight for the rebound, and we got a foul called on the Yetis. So Brunswick basketball here at the 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. Ladies will play tomorrow against Southwest Virginia, who's up the road at Cape Fear. That's always a tough trip, not only for Southwest Virginia, but when Brunswick has to go to their gym. Wilkins to Boaknight. At least Southwest Virginia, you can get 2 games coming to play Cape Fear. Entry pass deflected. Yetis come up with the steal. Throw ahead goes to Estella. She attacks, throws it high off the glass, can't score. Tip for the rebound, it's out of bounds, and it's off Murphy. So 2 minutes into this one and 22 on the shot clock for the Yetis. It'll be Brooks to inbound it. The lone win for the Yetis came against Central Carolina. Backdoor cut, nice job by Hicks. And Amani Hicks puts Cleveland on the board. Boaknight had it tipped out of bounds. But the Yetis beat Central Carolina November 18th. Dolphins also won against the Cougars earlier in November for one of their 2 victories this year. Wilkins gets it to McCoy. And Yetis ready for that long pass. Hicks with the steal. East on the wing. Hicks now back to East. She'll catch and shoot, and short on the 3. Rebound controlled by Jemiah Leach. He averages close to 5 rebounds a game. Sadeja Murphy leading the team at 9.6 rebounds. Double-double threat at also 9.4 points per game. High pass, Boaknight. It's through her hands and out of bounds, so a turnover. Ball goes back to the Yetis. Brooks put a lot on that pass, and that's a bank shot by Estella. So Hicks has scored, Estella has scored, and we are tied at 4 apiece after Sadeja Murphy scored the first 4 points of the game. Wilkins tries to get on the board, misses it back iron. Murphy chases down the rebound, then loses it. Brooks attacks, swings it out. Estella. Now Hicks surveys, crosses over, drives in, gets it out. Estella. Can she go 2 for 2? No, she airballs it. Murphy the rebound. Boaknight into the forecourt. Boaknight top of the key. Gets it to Murphy on the elbow. Wilkins quick pass to Leach down low. Back to Murphy. Flips it up and in. Boy, that's better ball movement for Brunswick than what we saw back in November. I mean, much better fluidity in the offensive set for the Dolphins. Here's Hicks, top of the key. Rockets it down low to Estella. Estella blocked by Murphy. Sadeja Murphy block and a half per game. Wilkins to Boaknight. Murphy gets it out. Murphy gets it back from McCoy. Lost it briefly. Boaknight now to Leach. And Leach is fouled. It's going to be the second foul on the Yetis with 5:33 to go here in quarter number 1. Two subs for Joe Gaughan. Skylar Lassiter, number 4. Number 21 is Allie Oliver. So Lassiter to inbound, 20 on the shot clock for Brunswick. And she throws it right to East, who is waiting for that pass. Good defensive instincts. Here's Hicks for 3. Rebound by Lassiter. Into the forecourt, McCoy. Lassiter on the right side. McCoy, same spot. Takes it to the hoop, throws it up and in. Krishaya McCoy, first player outside of Sadeja Murphy to score, so Murphy was 6 of the 8. McCoy's on the board, averaging 10 a game. I said Murphy was the leading scorer, but actually it's Krishaya McCoy at 10 points per ball game. And we got a timeout, 4:58 left to go, just past the midway point in quarter number 1, and the Dolphins doubling up the Yetis 8-4. We'll be back. '13th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash in Shallotte. It's 8-4 Dolphins. Good start for Brunswick. We've seen some slower starts this season for Brunswick. Not so tonight. Into the forecourt, it's Brooks. Estella gets it back to her. Brooks drives in. Brooks to the baseline. A shot rejected. It's Murphy's second block in the game, and then a foul. Run that back for you real quick here. Sadeja Murphy, you can't ask for a better start for her. Not only just she has 6 points, but she has 2 blocks in the game, including that swat, and then she gets the basketball back. Third team foul on the Yetis, by the way. So into the forecourt, it's McCoy. Gets it back from Wilkins. McCoy, Wilkins, Lassiter. Down low, this is Oliver, can't score, and McCoy. That's the 5 right now for Joe Gaughan's team. Brooks throws it ahead to Hicks. Hicks attacks, got tied up, and it's out of bounds off the Dolphins with 21 on the shot clock. Yetis have just 2 players on the bench. Tanaya Allen and Amani Washington are the only subs available right now for Scooter Lawrence in this first-year program as Coach Lawrence looks to build something in Shelby, North Carolina, Cleveland County. Second team foul on the Dolphins going to lead to free throws here for Amani Hicks, who shoots 71% from the free throw line. This is a team, the Yetis, that have gotten to the free throw line quite a bit. They're 18th in Division II in the NJCAA with 22.9 free throw attempts per game. Unfortunately, they're 1-8 in part because they shoot only 54% from the charity stripe. So 1 out of 2. As Hicks, Amani Hicks, double-double threat. She's got 2 already this year. She also has 3 or more steals 4 times this year. So at the free throw line gets 1 out of 2, but she's a good all-around player as well. Into the forecourt, McCoy, and a turnover by Brunswick. McCoy herself, speaking of which, she had a 3-game stretch with 12 steals in early November until mid-November. Sub in as Sadeja Murphy leaves with 6 of the 8 points for Brunswick. And coming into the game is, let's see, who's out there? Is that Hemby? No, it's Jemiah Leach who's in. Jemiah Leach swats it out of bounds. So it's Leach, Lassiter, McCoy, Wilkins, and Oliver. That's the 5 right now for Brunswick. Brooks looking to throw it in. Here's Estella. Ross was open, passed it up, got it to Brooks, throws it up. The mid-range shot no good. Rebound by Leach. Wilkins across the timeline into the forecourt. Dolphins by 3. McCoy attacks. McCoy loses the dribble. Diving for it. McCoy gets it back. Throws a rocket to Oliver. Puts it up too strong. Rebound controlled by the Yetis. It's Brooks again. Swinging it out this time to Estella. Back to Brooks. Left side Washington. So Amani Washington, one of the subs in the game right now for East. Brooks attacks now. Pass deflected. It's a steal by McCoy. McCoy pushing. McCoy spinning, shooting, kind of got in an awkward angle there underneath the hoop. Estella now throws it ahead for the Yetis. They're trying to get on the break. Washington, yes, in the foul. So Amani Washington with an opportunity maybe to tie us up. That's 4 team fouls on Brunswick, first on Wilkins. As she goes out, and Cache Morton will come into the game. So 3-point play complete for Amani Washington, who averages 5 points a game. She's got 3 already. And we are tied at 8. Morton into the forecourt. Here's McCoy. McCoy, nice screen there by Oliver. McCoy attacks, throws it up, no. Oliver offensive rebound. She got fouled, no whistle. Oliver gets another offensive rebound, then it's wrestled away. Ross, jump ball possession arrow favors the Yeti. The Yetis, I should say. What is a Yeti, by the way? If you're not familiar with kind of folklore or whatever, it's a kind of like an abominable snowman almost. All that snow that they get in Shelby, North Carolina, he said somewhat sarcastically. Some of this storm that we're going to get tomorrow is going to be leading to snow in the mountains in parts of the country. Maybe some Yetis will appear on my drive home in Beckley, West Virginia. McCoy has it top of the key. Here's Morton on the right side. Takes it baseline. Jodimus Burnett is in. Can't get the bucket, but she's fouled. So Burnett will go to the free throw line. 41% free throw shooter. 2:16 left to go here in the first quarter. Both teams are in the bonus now, as Burnett gets the first one. Yeah, free throw shooting going to be key. Both these teams can get to the free throw line. I mentioned the Yetis, what they can do. Offensive rebound by Leach, and then it goes out of bounds, last touched by Cleveland. So Brunswick still getting to the free throw line frequently, 27.4 attempts per game, third best in the NJCAA. 15th in makes, but they're 129th in free throw percentage. That is real close to the bottom. Brooks is going to go to the bench as Tanaya Allen comes in. What are we waiting for here, people? So I think it's a shot clock issue. So 2:12 to go. Finally, we get the inbound for Lassiter. Gets it into McCoy. Pops a 3. Too strong. Rebound controlled by Allen. Allen looking to push. Dolphins sprinting back on defense. So Hicks will set it up for Cleveland. And off the bench, Allen airballs the 3. Ross tried to save it, but instead it'll go back to Brunswick with 1:56 to play here in the first quarter. McCoy slowly into the forecourt. Yet he's playing out deep in this zone. Morton attacks. Morton got stripped. So last touch by Estella. So Deja Murphy scored the first 6 for Brunswick. McCoy's got 2 and 1 for Burnett. Lassiter top of the key. Morton with the ball fake. She attacks, hangs it off the side of the rim. Fight for the rebound. Morton has it. Morton attacks again. Morton in a trees, passes it back out. Now here's Leach. Yes. 17-footer by Jemiah Leach makes it 11-8. Brunswick with 1:15 to play here in the first quarter. Dolphins also playing in a trap, and Leach was waiting for that pass. Here's Lassiter coming from behind. Allen takes it away. Throw full court. That's going to be intercepted by McCoy. Both teams playing sloppy right now. Krishaya McCoy draws contact, and she'll go to the free throw line. McCoy with 2 points today, a 60% free throw shooter. I mentioned averaging 10 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 2 steals per game as well. And the free throw rims in for Krishaya. Got them both. So McCoy has 4. And now she goes out, and it looks like Burnett is back in. So Burnett, Lassiter, Leach, Morton, and Boaknight also back in. That's the 5 for Joe Gahan. Washington attacks. Boaknight picks the pocket. What a defensive play there by Kalen. Morton on the right side, 11-second difference, game and shot clock as we wind down the first quarter. Boaknight to Lassiter, gets it to Leach, the jumper from the baseline. Lassiter put back, yes. Skylar Lassiter scores. Last shot time for the Yetis. Washington into the forecourt, being hounded at midcourt. It's going to be a jump ball, and the Dolphins are going to get it back. So good aggressive play. This is the best first quarter at home, at least, for the Dolphins. Out to a 6-point lead, and now they can take the last shot of the quarter. First quarter, what did I say? So it'll be Leach to inbound it. Boaknight pressured deep by Ross. Gets around her. Gets it to Leach. Turnaround, no. Rebound by Estella. Throws it ahead, and that'll do it for the first quarter. 10 minutes in the books here at the 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. It's the Dolphins 14 and the Yetis from Cleveland Community College 8. We'll be back with the second quarter here in just a moment. 13th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash. Friend Philip Gauze. Underway here in the second quarter. Chris Sheeman back here with you in our nightcap. It's the Brunswick Dolphins and Cleveland Yetis. And offensive foul going to be called on Cleveland on their first possession here in this second quarter. 4 more games for you tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. Southwest Virginia will play the Brunswick women, and that will be the final game of the first semester for the Dolphins. Yetis will be home on Tuesday. They take on Fayetteville Tech to wrap the first semester. Boak Knight into the forecourt. I've been saying it all day, and maybe if I have some time, there's no free time when there's 4 games in 4 days or in 3 days, but just a beautiful day today. I know what's coming tomorrow, but these first 2 days, it's been absolutely gorgeous. Today was the pick of the litter. I went to the beach when I got up today. Oh, man, just gorgeous. Cache Morton tries to save it. It goes out of bounds. 6 for Sedasia Murphy, 4 for Kershia McCoy. Lassiter has 2, Leach has 2, Jada Burnett has 1. I love the beach in December. Nobody's there. It's so peaceful, just you and the pelicans. I did see, so there was this couple there at the beach today with this dog. It's the first time the dog has ever seen the ocean. Oh my God, this dog. The happiness that existed in this dog. It enveloped the entire beach. He was just running everywhere. He's so cute. Book Knight gets her first bucket as she goes coast to coast. Yetis, pick up the ball, please. Good start for the Dolphins here in this one. 9-point lead, 17-8. Hicks looking to attack, and she's fouled. This little doggy, oh man. Best day of his life, I'm telling you. He's just running everywhere. He was running up to me. Good day at the beach in eastern North Carolina, which is good because tomorrow is going to be bad. Brooks for 3, yes! Raven Brooks, 33% three-point shooter. Gets it to go. It's 17-11. So Washington with 3, Hicks with 3, Brooks with 3, and then 2 for Estella. That's how the Yetis are at 11. Morton bounce pass to Leach, extra pass down low, and Burnett with her first goal. She's got 3 points now. 1 free throw and the bucket. 19-11. Grace East for 3. The rainbow shot might have grazed the rim. Rebound controlled by Leach. Here comes Brunswick. Boak Knight had it poked from behind. Teammates got to communicate there. Nice defense, though, by Ross, I believe that was. Brooks attacks, and Brooks just out of control. Never had control of herself, and Raven Brooks dribbles it out of bounds. Brunswick at 2-6 and looking for their first home win in their 3rd game. Kalen Logan Boak Knight into the front court. McCoy traveled with the basketball. Kershia McCoy's got 4 points. Commits that turnover, though. Gives the ball back to the Yetis as Cleveland looks to cut into this 8-point deficit. Washington fakes the 3, pass off the mark. McCoy has a steal. McCoy one-on-one with Brooks. Goes right around her. Blows the bunny. Cache Morton's got the rebound. Gets it out. The jumper is good by Leach. So Jemiah Leach, second field goal, and it's 21-11. Brunswick has opened up a 10-point lead against the first-year program from Cleveland Community College. That's going to be a travel. Washington. Boy, they threw it to her with little room for air right on that sideline. So Leach will inbound it. Boat Knight's got 2 points here today. She gets a screen from Burnett. Throws it to Leach. Leach from the block draws contact. That'll be the second foul on the Yetis. Jemiah Leach has struggled from the free throw line this season. 5.3 points per ball game, 4.9 rebounds. She's got 4 points here tonight. Boy, and the Dolphins looking much better at the free throw line than they have all season long. Both of these teams are near the bottom in Division II in free throw percentage at around 54%. But not tonight. Jemiah Leach with 6 points, and it's 23-11. All Brunswick here tonight. Allen has it blocked by Leach. So here's McCoy. Pull up from the elbow. No good. Rebound by Brooks. Brooks throws it. Out ahead is Washington. Washington draws contact as McCoy will make her earn it at the free throw line. So both teams with 2 team fouls with 6:09 to go here in the second quarter as Skylar Lassiter returns. Lassiter with 2 points in the first quarter. Washington with 3 points. And she stays on 3 points, shooting just 33% from the free throw line. This is a team that has struggled to make shots. The Yetis in every way imaginable, shooting 30% from the field, 25% from 3, and 54% from the free throw line. 1 out of 2, though, for Washington, so she's up to 4. Dolphins up by 11. Morton gets it to Leach. Lassiter goes right side with it. Burnett out on the wing. Entry pass to Morton. How about that? A big gets it to a guard down low. Now Leach, the bunny, no good. Rebound controlled by Brooks, then she's fouled from behind. Third team foul on the Dolphins. Both teams have been sloppy in terms of fouls here in this first half. Washington to Brooks on the left wing. East between the circles. Washington pops a 3, back iron off. Allen tried for the rebound, just couldn't quite gather herself. McCoy in transition, no good. East has the rebound. East dribbles around trouble. East now gets rid of it. She was being hounded really from the get-go there. So Brooks between the circles for the Yetis. High pass to Hicks, right elbow. East now top of the key. Left side, it's Washington. Shot clock at 7. She pops from 17, no good. Turnaround put back by Hicks in the lane is good. Monty Hicks with 5. So, 9-point game. Dolphins went up double figures. Yetis trying to hang around here with 4:37 to go in the first half. Lassiter bounce pass goes to Leach. Down low, it's Burnett with the bank shot. Jada Burnett has 5, and the lead back to 11 for Brunswick. Allen pass looking for East was deflected out of bounds as we go to a timeout. 4:17 left to play here in the opening half. Final game here on day 2 of the 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. And we shall return here from Brunswick in a moment. Updated look as we wrap up day one, or day two, excuse me, and then here's what's on tap for Sunday. We start at 10 a.m. God help me. And then we'll wrap up after the three men's games with Southwest Virginia and the Brunswick women tomorrow night. Business to handle for the Dolphins. So far, they are handling that business. Yetis miss on the three. Ross was off. So Brunswick 25, Cleveland 14. A legal screen there by Oliver. That is going to be 4 team fouls on Brunswick now. Joe Gahan is not happy with that call, by the way. Brooks will walk it up. So go inside 4 minutes to play here in this first half. From the elbow, Hicks is back in. Hicks, Estella, East, Ross, and who am I missing here? Boy, it's late. You could tell I've been doing games all day. Brooks long on the 3. That's who I was missing. So that's the 5. Eventually I got there for the Yetis. Burnett stays in the game. Morton's still out there. Lassiter, Wilkins is in, and Oliver. That's the 5 for Brunswick. McCoy to Lassiter. Burnett, bounce pass taken away by Grace East. Nice anticipation as McCoy tried to close, but East scores. McCoy to Lassiter. Lassiter's pass deflected. East gets another steal off a deflection this time. East top of the key to Brooks for 3. No good. Rebound by Burnett. Krishaya McCoy has 4 points. We haven't seen Sedasia Murphy in a while. She scored the first 6 for Brunswick. McCoy to Lassiter. Lassiter to the free throw line. Now Wilkins. Wilkins down low. It's Oliver. Spinning, can't score. Rebound Burnett, and then she gets tied up, but the jump ball possession arrow will keep it with Brunswick. .20 on the shot clock, 2:34 to go here until halftime as Krishaya McCoy looks to inbound it. And she'll get it high to Lassiter, top of the key. Wilkins back to Lassiter. Hands off to McCoy. Wilkins pops it from 8 feet, got it to go. Brooke Wilkins with her first bucket. The lead is back to 11 for Brunswick. Estella to East. East came up short. Oliver the rebound. Inside 2 to play in the first half. Krishaya McCoy running the show for Brunswick. Dolphins have done a nice job taking care of the basketball. McCoy looking for the whistle, doesn't get it. Brooks now with numbers, throws it. Nice dime attempt, but the shot was short underneath. Ross saves it, though, to Estella, who can't score. And Burnett with the rebound. McCoy again, this time right side with it. Lassiter on the wing. Handoff, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Wilkins, who is trying to hold back East. So East almost came up with her 3rd steal here in the last couple of minutes, and that's the 5th team foul. So on a dead ball, it'll be Grace East going to the line for 2 shots, a 40% free throw shooter. And that one is just a bit short. There you go. East gets 1 out of 2. So she's got 3. And the lead is 10 for Brunswick. Brunswick's led throughout. Lassiter attacks, too strong off the glass. Oliver putback is short. And now Lassiter with a silly foul. No reason to allow a team back in it. I know neither one of these teams shoots great from the free throw line, but there is no reason to send them there, especially on a foul like that, 94 feet away from the basket. So Brooks will go to the line. She is one of the better free throw shooters on the team at 62%. Brooks with 3 points. Looking for number 4 and to salvage the trip. She missed them both. So rebound controlled by Burnett. Dolphins keep that 10-point lead intact. Inside a minute to play here in the opening half. McCoy draws contact, and it's going to be on the floor, I believe. It'll be the 3rd team foul on the Yetis. Wilkins catches the inbound near the logo. McCoy, in the corner. Lassiter now. Cutter was Wilkins. Lassiter's pass a bit off. East now loses the handle. It trickles out to Estella. Extra pass. Ross for 3, yes. Michaela Ross gets on the board with her first triple of the season. 5-second difference, game and shot clock. Rashia McCoy gets it across midcourt. McCoy to the bucket, can't score. Rebound controlled by Morton, so a 7-point game. Cleveland can hold for the final shot here. I don't know. Well, Grace was open. East can't score. Follows her miss. And then it's through the fingertips of Estella, and the Dolphins will have 8.3 seconds to work with. McCoy to inbound it. She looks a little gassed. So Krishia McCoy, 8 seconds to work with for Brunswick. McCoy with 5. Dolphins in no hurry. Shaw moved the camera. Wilkins loses it, and the first half comes to an end. So the Dolphins lead by as many as 12, but the Yetis trail by 7 at the half, 27-20. We'll take the full 15 halftime break and come back, bring you all the second half action here at the 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. Welcome back to the 13th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. It's brought to you by our friends at Coastline Express Car Wash in Charlotte. Dolphins with a good first half. Yetis cut into the Dolphins lead a little bit, though, so 7-point game as Cleveland has possession. Leading scorers for the Yetis, Amani Hicks with 5 points, Amani Washington with 4, Grace East with 3, Raven Brooks with 3, Michaela Ross with 3. For the Dolphins, Sadeja Murphy scored the first 6 points in the game. She's tied for the lead on the team with Jemiah Leach, who also has 6. 5 for Jada Burnett, 4 for Krishaya McCoy, 2 apiece for Skylar Lassiter, Brooke Wilkins, and Kaylin Logan Boaknight. So that's the scoring in the first half as we're underway here in the final period. Game 4 here on day 2. This is game number 7 of 11 overall. We've got 4 more for you tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. I don't know what a Chris Sheeman broadcast is going to sound like at 10 a.m., but we're all going to find out together. The game for the ladies tomorrow that was scheduled for 6 is going to be at approximately 4 p.m. So time changes due to the weather that's going to come. Basketball might become water polo. Got to get the snorkels on and finish this one with as much rain as they're predicting for this area. So it's going to be Raven Brooks at the free throw line. Dolphins too many fouls in the game. Overall, a best home game start for Brunswick, but way too many whistles. Got to clean that up tomorrow. They take on Southwest Virginia, who is steamrolling. They take on Cape Fear today, Southwest Virginia. So Brooks, who missed a couple in the first half, gets her first here and rims in the second. So Raven Brooks has 5, tying Hicks for the team's lead, and it's a 5-point game. Dolphins got to be careful. Now's the time to respond here if you're Brunswick. Did a nice job there breaking the press. Wilkins now to Boaknight. Boaknight toss to Leach. Jemiah on the baseline gets it to Murphy. Murphy attacks and traveled with the basketball. So the ball goes back to the Yetis. Cleveland Yetis at 1-8. Brunswick Dolphins at 2-6. This is a Region 10 game. Yetis are 1-6 in the region. Dolphins 1-3. Brunswick also looking for its first home victory after 10 days off. Brunswick, due to a postponement. East can't get it to go. And a traveling violation on Brooks, who shuffled her feet. So Brunswick will get it back. They led by as many as 12. What a steal there by Hicks, who decided to just stop. Brooks tried to bank it in. McCoy has the rebound, throws it ahead to Leach, 2-on-2. Leach gets it to Murphy. Murphy can't score. Ball deflected around, and it's going to be saved by Estella. Brooks attacks. Brooks swings it out east for 3. No good. Rebound controlled by Leach. Throw ahead to McCoy. 2-on-1. McCoy takes it herself. Yes, and the foul. Krishaya McCoy's got 6. East the guilty party, and McCoy will try to complete an old school 3-point play. So both teams with a team foul here at the start of the third quarter. Krishaya McCoy, 60% at the line this season, gets it to go. So McCoy's got 7. High in the game. Balanced scoring for both teams, really. That's the MO for Brunswick all season long. Good ball movement here for the Yetis. Hicks, as soon as I say it, she throws it away. Ball was deflected, so Leach can go recover it. She does. Gets it in the corner. McCoy for 3. Too strong, chasing it down. No, Brooks is going to let it go out of bounds. 8-point lead for Brunswick. Dolphins men suffered a blowout loss to Chattanooga State earlier today. Ladies trying to get their first home victory of the year. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. I'm in the house, not at the home studio. Starting to miss my little buddy. One of the girls, I think it was Allie. It's like, oh, you're the cat dude. How my career has fallen. I've become the cat guy now. McCoy got the rebound. Here's Wilkins into the forecourt. Boaknight on the wing. Murphy top of the key. Murphy stripped and fouled. It'll be the second on Cleveland. Cleveland Community College, a first-year program. First year they've had basketball, either men's or women's. I think the men's team is D3, the women's team D2. So here's Sadeja Murphy at the free throw line on the second foul by Hicks. And the free throw shooting for the Dolphins today has to be the best of the year. We'll curious to find out. Murphy 61% at the line on the year, 1 out of 2. But that was my fault, I jinxed her. East got the rebound, now Brooks into the front court. Hesitates, attacks, and draws contact. Cache Morton with the foul. So Cache Morton in for McCoy. And she picks up her third foul. Both teams with 2 team fouls, 6:37 to go here in the third quarter. Hicks gets it into Estella. Brooks now out on the wing. Bounce pass to Estella. And just late whistles. I hope I said it loud enough so they hear me. I'm with you, Joe Gahan. I don't know if you can hear him in the background. Third team foul on Brunswick. Estella gets the first free throw to go. She's up to 3 points. Make it 4. Ziamara Estella makes it a 7-point game. Morton now, Boaknight, trapping pressure. Here's Wilkins. 4 seconds to get it across. Morton's got to go. She throws it for Murphy. Murphy, bounce pass was well short, and then Ross gets tied up with Leach. Jump ball possession arrow will keep it with Brunswick. 17 on the clock as Boaknight will inbound. Boaknight from Wilkins for 3. Can't get it to go. I don't think the Dolphins have made a 3 yet here today. East into the forecourt. This is Brooks. Hicks, East. Now Brooks steps inside the arc, buries the jumper. So Raven Brooks and Krishaya McCoy with a game-high 7 points each. Back to a 2-possession game. Boaknight, Murphy. Here's Leach. Murphy on the elbow, Boaknight again. The 3 is short. Rebound by Leach. And she throws it right to East. Numbers now 2-on-1. East, Morton comes to recover. Boaknight gets credit with the block, I believe, there. Here is Wilkins into the forecourt. Morton out deep. Wilkins 2 points in the first half. Her pass is deflected. And it's going to go off Hicks. At the midway point here in the third quarter, we'll take time, 31-26 Brunswick, here at the 13th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. 13th Annual Holiday Classic brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. So out of the timeout, Wilkins brings it into the front court. Dolphins by 5. Out deep, McCoy with 2 to shoot. They got to get it off, and it's a shot clock violation on Brunswick. So the Yetis playing some decent defense on that possession as they force the stop. Issue with the possession arrow they had to fix. So past the midway point here in the third quarter. Grace East Brooks with 7 points tonight. Has it out deep with 12 to shoot. Brooks with 9, and she's fouled on the floor. It's the 4th team foul on Brunswick. Just 2 on Cleveland. Quick trigger 3 is short by Ross. McCoy back in. McCoy draws contact. It'll be a foul on Estella. And Krishaya McCoy, who has 7, is going to the line for 2 free throws. Boaknight checks out. Skylar Lassiter comes in. 4 points in the first half for Lassiter. So McCoy gets the first of 2. She's up to 8 points. Game's high. 1 out of 2. Rebound controlled by Brooks. Boy, Brooks does just a little bit of everything. What a pass to Estella. Estella got triple teamed and another foul. Oh, Dolphins are taking care of the basketball. They're hitting free throws. They're doing all of the things that they haven't done all year, but they're committing way too many fouls. And that's helping the Yetis hang around. So Estella will get 2 shots here. Jada Burnett coming in. Lassiter goes out. That's the 3rd on Lassiter. Oh, Estella. She was animated after that miss. And got the second one. Some players play better mad. Ziamara Estella might be one of those. So 5-point game again. Wilkins, 4 seconds to get it across, and McCoy able to do it. McCoy poked from behind by Ross. So Krishaya McCoy will inbound. 18 on the shot clock for Brunswick. Wilkins out deep with it. Murphy scored the first 6 points to start the game. She's got 1 since then. Leach is fouled on her way to the hoop. Boy, Cleveland not doing much better in terms of drawing contact. Both of these teams pretty good at getting to the free throw line. Dolphins actually are 3rd in the NJCAA in free throw attempts per game. So they know how to attack. And Jemiah Leach now with 7 points. Each has struggled from the free throw line, but much better form here tonight for Jemiah. I jinxed her. Offensive rebound by Jada. Couldn't get the putback. Now here comes Estella. Pushing it over to Brooks for 3. Offensive rebound by Ross, and then Ross is fouled. Forget what I said about 9:30, Tom. That ain't going to happen. I thought I was going to be eating dinner in my hotel room by 9:30. Not a chance in hell. All right. Here's Michaela Ross. With 3 points, she misses the first one. Missed them both. Put back, no good by Estella. And on the rebound, it's a tie-up. And if it is a tie-up, it's going to stay with the Yetis. Allie Oliver scoreless first half. She's back into the game, replacing Murphy. East calling for it up top. Brooks, quick trigger, yes, for 3. And it's a one-possession game as Raven Brooks becomes the first player to go into double figures in the game. She's got 10. Here's McCoy. Leach, throw away. Chance to tie with a 3 or cut it to 1 with a 2. Foot was on the line for Brooks, so it's a 2-pointer. Raven Brooks is hot. And it's 33-32. Dolphins, who had a double-digit lead in the first half, are clinging to a 1-point advantage now as they break the press. Leach gets it down low. Oliver, the spin, can't score. And it's going out of bounds off of Brooks. So it'll stay with Brunswick. Dolphins need a basket here. We've seen plenty of free throws. We haven't seen a field goal in a while for Brunswick. McCoy to Jada, and Jada loses it. Ross just ripped it right away. Here's East pushing, and she'll score. First lead of the game for the Yetis, as Grace East has 5, 34-33. Wilkins pass deflected, but fortunately for the Dolphins, Ross ran out of room. Dolphins got to respond here on their home court. They'll have 24. Oh, we got a technical foul called on Ross. So Michaela Ross got teed up. Both teams in the bonus now. And Brooke Wilkins will shoot the free throws. The officials are talking about something. I mean, the tee call was definitive. Michaela Ross, who has been so scrappy defensively today, that's also her 4th personal foul. And Scooter Lawrence saying, you got to be smart right now, because he needs her out on the court. She's done a tremendous job defensively. But that's a silly, silly personal to pick up. So Brooke Wilkins will shoot the technical. She's got 3 and looking for number 4. She's got it. I think the conversation with the officials, because it's the 5th team foul, so now the bonus comes into play. Wilkins misses the 3rd of 4. So that was the discussion. It was about whether or not this would be a bonus situation. And it is. I think if she hits 3 out of 4, the Rasheed Wallace logic of basketball still applies. I think still ball don't lie in that scenario. So just like that, the Dolphins get the lead back. And now we have to have a conversation about whose ball it is. Guys, it's very late. It's been a very long game. Just be definitive. These are some Southern referees. You know, like when you go into the grocery store and you got the Southern woman in front of you and she's talking everybody's ear off. That's these referees. They are playing at a whole different pace. And McCoy just dribbles it and loses it out of bounds. So Hicks will inbound it. They keep they keep Ross out there. Remember, she picked up the 4th personal, so Dolphins got to go at her. Brooks has been the hot hand for the Yetis. She has 12, game high. And Brooks is fouled by Oliver. Raven Brooks, 62% free throw shooter on the season. She's got a baker's dozen now here. And she can tie us up with this second one. She does. 14 for Brooks. What a second half performance so far for her. McCoy throws it ahead. Trouble with the pass. Dolphins got to get it across then. There's what I'm talking about. That is why Ross is so important to be on the court. 38-36, Yetis with the 2-point lead as Brunswick calls for time. Minute 51 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. That's me, Chris Shima. Glad to be with you. Yetis controlling this third quarter. They retake the lead again. Joe Gahan calls timeout to get his team in order against this trapping press that the Dolphins had no trouble with in the first half, but are having all kinds of problems with here in this third quarter. Wilkins into the forecourt. Gets a screen. Leach throws it away. Another steal for East. Grace East to the bucket, can't score. And Ross is fouled on the putback attempt. So more free throws to come for the Yetis. Both teams have been in the bonus for a while now, late here in the third quarter. Minute 28 left to play here in quarter number 3. Ross stuck on 5 points for now. Missed them both. Ball tipped out. Estella has the rebound. Brooks has been hot. Not that time, though. And that's going out of bounds off the Yetis. So Brunswick will get it back. They have not scored a field goal in, I can't remember how long. They do have 9 points in the quarter, but it's been a while since they've scored a field goal, it feels like. Leach throws ahead, Boaknight back in, gets it down to Oliver. Yes, and the foul for Allie Oliver. Chance for an old school three-point play. Dolphins can retake the lead here. So we stay tied. Brooks pushing out to East from downtown. In and out. Ball deflected out, last touch by Leach, so it'll stay with the Yetis. Amani Washington off the bench with 4 points in the first half for Cleveland. She's back out there. East in the corner. Inside a minute to go here in the third quarter. East steps left, fires the three. It's off the mark. Rebound by Oliver. McCoy back and down. Swings it out. Boaknight extra pass to Leach. The jumper is long. Oliver, another offensive rebound and another trip to the free throw line for Allie. So second consecutive opportunity for Oliver to give her team the lead. And the first one is short. Missed them both. Oliver ties up Brooks, and the possession arrow will favor Brunswick. So the shot clock is off. Leach is going to leave. Allie Oliver was running off the court, and Burnett got a bare-armed her almost. Inbound to Burnett. Off the glass, no good, and then it's off Burnett back to the Yetis. They can hold for the final shot of the quarter. Ross gets it to East. Washington for three, can't get it to go. Nobody on the defensive glass for Brunswick. Ross got two cracks at it. Yetis have the lead. McCoy loses it, gets it back, throws it up, too strong. And Cleveland looking for its second victory of the year. Retakes the lead again, and we go to the final 10 minutes with the Yetis up 40-38. We'll be back with the final quarter in just a moment. '13th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash. Chris Sheeman here with you. Final 10 minutes. It's been a bad second half so far for Brunswick. The Yetis have come back. Dolphins dominated that first half, led by 7 at halftime. And now it's a 4-point lead as Hicks gets the jumper to go. So Amani Hicks with 7. That's going to be a double dribble. So Oliver turns it over. Leading scorer in the game is Raven Brooks. She has 14 points. 7 for Amani Hicks, 7 for Ross for Cleveland. For Brunswick, Krishai McCoy with 8, Jemiah Leach with 7. Sadeja Murphy also has 7. Brooke Wilkins with 5. Burnett also has 5. Washington for 3, can't get it to go. East is out of bounds with it. So the ball goes back to the Dolphins. Wilkins to McCoy. McCoy has it stripped by Hicks. Hicks to the bucket, and Hicks scores. Dolphins, if you're just joining us and you didn't see the first half, they played brilliant against the press. Just like this. This is exactly how they played in the first half. They have to get back to being consistent like that against the full court press. So Burnett scores. She's up to 7 points. So 4 players for the Dolphins have 7 points or more. Going to be a foul called there. Well, let's run this back. I don't know how much of the actual breaking of the press we got because I don't know if the button was fast enough, but this will show you what you can do after you do break the press. You get a wide open layup more times than not. Allie Oliver, out. Wilkins also checks out. Cache Morton comes back in. Leach is out there. Burnett, Boaknight, and who am I missing? McCoy, I think. East corner pocket. Can't get the 3 to go. Another long rebound and another trip. Dolphins have been terrible on the defensive glass here in the second half. Yetis at 1-8, 1-6 in the region. Dolphins 2-6 and 1-3 in the region. Both of these teams beating Central Carolina back in November. Final of 4 games today here at the 13th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. We'll be with you tomorrow for 4 more. Dolphins women scheduled for 4 p.m. It'll likely be later than that, but that's the approximate time. Air ball on the 3 by Brooks. Here's Leach into the front court for Brunswick. Morton top of the key. Morton drives, kicks it out. Leach to Boaknight from the free throw line off the back rim. Rebound by Ross. Couple players late to get back for Brunswick. Washington pushes, throws up an air ball. Ross has another rebound and then throws it away. 8:01 left to go. Dolphins will get it back. They trail by 4. Kaylin Logan Boaknight into the front court for Brunswick. Morton had trouble with the pass, tried to save it. Players diving for it. And it's just a mess right now for Brunswick. They're up to 3 fouls. We have not played 2.5 minutes. Sadeja Murphy back in. Jemiah Leach will sit down. Shot clock's at 14 already. Yetis just getting into their set. High pass recovered by Ross. And then she traveled. This one might be first to 50, 2 low-scoring teams. Boaknight across midcourt. Boaknight down low to Burnett. Lays it up and in. Jada Burnett's got 9. She leads the team, and it's a 1-possession game. Attacking and unable to score is Hicks. Rebound by Murphy. Here's McCoy. McCoy, look out below. She attacks, gets around the defense, and scores. What a play by Krishaya McCoy. She knew she had eyes on the back of her head on that play. Turned on the Jets, blew by the defense. Now here comes Brooks in a tie game. Brooks gets tied up. It's going to be Brunswick basketball. But let's go back real quick and take a look at this alert play on offense. You can see there's Krishaya, and then the team started yelling, so that little glance that she gave, I don't know if you caught it. That was a I better get moving glance. Jump ball possession arrow favors Brunswick. So 6:38 left to go. Dolphins chance to take the lead back. They led for the entire first half by as many as 11 or 12, I think. Morton into the forecourt. McCoy gets around two defenders, leaves it for Murphy, who can't score, but she's fouled. Sadeja Murphy's got 7 here tonight. She's a 61% free throw shooter. First foul in the quarter by Cleveland. Murphy, very deliberate with her dribbles before her free throws. It's an interesting, I wonder if she's patterned that off somebody or if it's just a routine she's developed. Whatever works for you, right? 1 out of 2 at the line, but the Dolphins do get the lead back. 45-44. East into the front court. Brooks has 14 in the game. Brooks looking to drive out to East. In the corner, this is Washington. Now Brooks loses the dribble, and Boaknight picks it up, then coming from behind. Gotta be careful, Ross is everywhere. Dolphins are gonna go to the free throw line again as Krishaya McCoy got wrapped up. Krishaya McCoy, the lone player for Brunswick in double figures, right at her season average of 10 a game. Looking to add to that here at the charity stripe. Second team foul on Cleveland. Got them both. McCoy's got a dozen. Brooks throws it ahead to Hicks. Hicks loses the dribble, and it's taken away by Boaknight. Throw ahead goes to McCoy. Now it's Murphy. Yes! Sadeja Murphy up to 10 points, and just like that, it's a 5-point lead. Dolphins got to keep getting stops. Brooks tripped up. That's going to be the 4th team foul on Brunswick, so they got to be really careful now. No better way to give up a lead than putting a team into the bonus. Changes for Scooter Lawrence as Ziamara Estella comes into the game. And I think Allen is in, Tanaya Allen. So second foul on Boaknight, but next one puts the Yetis in the bonus. 5:20 still to go. Estella for 3 right off the bench. What a cold-blooded shot there for Estella. She's got 8, and that's a 2-point game. Boaknight gets it to Murphy. Murphy to the bucket, flips it up. No, Murphy trying to follow her shot. Cache Morton chases it down. Nice hustle play by Morton. Boaknight, bounce pass to Murphy, throws it up off the side of the glass. Murphy follows her miss, tries it again, was looking for a whistle, doesn't get it. Yetis now out on the run. Here's Estella, blocked but fouled by McCoy. So free throws to come. Even though it puts Brunswick in the bonus, that's not a bad foul. Make her earn it. Estella is 35% from the free throw line this season. So that's a good foul there by McCoy. We're going to have a timeout by the Yetis. One more free throw to come for Estella when we come back. Big shout out and thanks to our friends at Coastline Express Car Wash. 13th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic wrapping up day number 2. Estella's going to have one more free throw for the Yetis. Cut the deficit down to 1. And it's good. So Estella's got 9. Brunswick went up by 5. Here come the Yetis again. They briefly took a 4-point lead in this game. Boaknight now, here's McCoy. McCoy to the bucket, can't score. Tipped rebound, recovered by Boaknight, and then she gets tripped up. Third team foul on the Yetis, 4:28 to go in the game. .20 on the shot clock for Brunswick. They have Murphy, Cachet Morton's out there, McCoy, Boaknight, and Burnett. Morton bounced past to Boaknight. Step back 3. Yes, it's a 2. It's a 2. Foot was on the line. So Boaknight's second field goal. 51-48, and that was deflected by Brunswick. Dolphins looking for their first home victory and their second region victory. And for the Yetis, they have 4 seconds to break the, and they do. Estella, here's Hicks on the right side. Brooks up top for 3. She's been hot, but not that time. Burnett the rebound. Boaknight into the forecourt. Murphy attacks, goes glass, in and out, ball deflected out, and it's off Sadeja, so it'll go back to the Yetis. Brooks now, and a blocking foul is going to be called as McCoy not anywhere close to being set. More free throws to come, this time for Raven Brooks, adding to her game-high 14 points here. She's going to try to, at least. Brooks 62% this season. She's been better than that here today. So chance to make it a 1-point game again. .16 for Raven Brooks. She came in averaging 18 a game. So no surprise that she's the leading scorer in the game. McCoy as Dolphins break the press. Here's Murphy for three, in and out. And Morton called over the back. That's going to be more free throws, I think, on the rebound. Dolphins cannot stop fouling. Cache Morton is done. That's her fifth. So Wilkins will come back in. Brooke Wilkins with 5 points today. So Brooks right back to it with 3:22 to go in the game. $17 for Raven. The score is wrong. They messed up the score. They're adding Raven Brooks's free throws, so now they correct it. And what was I looking at there? I mean, just right out of bounds. So 52-51 now, Yetis. I do believe that is the correct score. Got to get it in. They throw it high. It's deflected around. It comes to Ross, who fires a wild three. Recovered by Estella. Brooks with 10 to shoot. Hicks now. Brooks with 4, trying to create, and traveled with the basketball. McCroy across midcourt with it for Brunswick. Doubled up. Got away with a definite double dribble there. Here's Boaknight for 3. Can't get it to go. Tries to follow her miss. She does. And then she's fouled. That's going to be 4 fouls on the Yetis. They say Caitlin was in the act of shooting. She is the best free throw shooter on the team at 77% this season. Now she wasn't in the act of shooting. Oh. This is just really painful. Now let's see McCoy attack. McCoy pass to Burnett. Burnett turnaround, no. Burnett dives to the ground for it. Jump ball will give it back to the Yetis. They have a 1-point lead with 2:30 left to go. Estella. And now they get it to Raven Brooks, right at her season average of 18 a game. Brooks attacks, and Brooks got tripped by Wilkins. No, she called for the offensive foul. Let's see what went down there. I'm going to run it back real quick here. So Brooks starts her motion. Okay, so the official said it was the off arm there. So that's why it was an offensive foul. I didn't see that initial call by him. So Dolphins again, another chance to take the lead, and this is huge because Raven Brooks is fouled out of the game. Their leading scorer is gone, and their best playmaker. Amani Washington is going to come in. No, correction, it's going to be Grace East to come back in, who started the game, has 5 points. That is a huge loss for the Yetis. Boaknight. Oh, that's going to be a travel on Burnett. Just sloppy second half for the Dolphins. They played so well in the first half. Cannot get out of their own way here in the second. So Yetis get the basketball back. Again, without their leading scorer now, who will create for them? Hicks with the basketball here. Inside 2 minutes to go in the game. Hicks attacks. Hicks can't get it to go. Follows her miss. And then a whistle and a jump ball, and the Brunswick Dolphins will get it back. Joe Gahan going to call timeout. Minute 53 left to go. We take time as well. That's me, Chris Shima. Glad to be back with you. We have minute 53 left to go. Dolphins will have the basketball. They trail by 1. Deja Murphy back in the game. Wilkins is out there. McCoy, Boaknight, and Burnett. That's the 5. McCoy throws it to Wilkins in the front court. Wilkins has East around her. Now McCoy attacks. Can't score. And it's off the Yetis, so Estella tried for the rebound, couldn't quite recover. Dolphins get another crack at it, trailing by 1. Both teams have an allotment of timeouts. Remember, in the women's game, you can advance the ball to mid-court, which is something the men's game needs desperately. McCoy to the free throw line, can't get it to go. Ball batted to Murphy. Third time the charm? No. Dolphins miss it again. How about Burnett? She's fouled. 4 cracks at it for the Dolphins, and Jada Burnett with 9 points tonight will go to the free throw line. So Ross and Brooks fouling out for the Yetis. And now best Burnett and the Dolphins can hope for here is a tie. And they do have a tie. So Burnett gets into double figures. She's got 10. Washington in the backcourt. Throws it ahead to Hicks. Top of the key, Washington fakes the 3, drives in. Hicks on the baseline, drives to the bucket and scores. Amani Hicks averaging 11.3 per game. She has 11. Shot clock was off. So the Dolphins with 1:03 left to go are going to have to inbound it again. Community college basketball, folks, everybody's volunteers. Everybody's trying to do their best over at the scorer's table. It's been a long day for those folks as well. Our first game tipped at 1 p.m. Boaknight, Murphy into the front court. Murphy to Burnett. Swings it out. Wilkins, now Murphy. Murphy attacks, throws it up, no. Rebound by Estella. Trouble with it. Gathers, throws it to East. 2-point lead for the Yetis. A bucket here makes it very difficult for Brunswick. So Dolphins really need a stop here. And they're going to get a foul. Instead, it's going to be an offensive foul called on the Yetis. So Dolphins 2-second difference between the game and shot clock. Joe Gaughan is going to call for time, and we're going to take time as well. 32 seconds left to go. Dolphins down by 2. So again, a 2-second difference between the game and shot clock here. Although we figure to have multiple possessions left in this one. Both teams have a lot of timeouts to work with still. Chris Sheeman back here with you, 13th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. Hey, all but one game has been decided by 6 points or less. And in the first 7 games, that's not a bad number. 6 out of the 7 have been close like this one. It'll be McCoy to inbound it. These guys don't even know where to inbound the basketball. Come on. Do we need to break out the manual? So it's McCoy to inbound. Burnett catches out deep. Wilkins on the wing. Wilkins drives in, swings it out. Bouknight. Wilkins now looking for Murphy, finds her. Murphy blocked. Shot clock is off. Dolphins going to have to foul, but first Cleveland will call timeout. Now, I don't think you can advance the ball after a dribble. So Cleveland has a 2-point lead. They're going to have the basketball, but I believe they're going to have it in the backcourt. You can't advance the ball once you dribble. I'm pretty sure that is. So we'll take time and we'll sort that out. One possession game down the stretch we go. Yetis with the basketball in a 2-point lead with 15.2. So for the Yetis, Grace East is a 40% free throw shooter. Amani Washington, 33%. Estella, 35%. Let's see, who else is out there? Hicks is 71%. So you want to avoid Hicks. You want to avoid Hicks inbounding or catching the inbound here. Allen is 35%. So everybody other than Hicks is below 50%. It's into Washington, so this is who you want to foul here if you can. They get it to East instead. They have to foul, and East is wrapped up. So Grace East, as I mentioned, just 40% from the free throw line this season. 6.4 left to go. That's going to be tough for the Dolphins. They do have 2 timeouts, so you could, in theory, stretch it out to 2 possessions. But it's tough. It's real tight. They probably needed the foul a few seconds earlier. But let's see what happens with these free throws. Now, East airballed one in the first half and then nailed the second one. So this one big because the Dolphins would have to go for 3 here. Got it. So Dolphins call for time to advance the basketball with 6.4 seconds. And we'll see what Joe Gaughan draws up out of this timeout when we come back. For the Dolphins, look out here. Kaylin Logan Boaknight is the best three-point shooter at 40%. She's standing on the left block down low. So they are going to try to get it to her. Instead, it goes to Murphy. And a blocking foul is called. With 4.5, that's huge. Assuming Murphy can get these 2 free throws, because now you definitely have another chance for a possession if you're Brunswick. So Allen has fouled out, and they don't have anybody to sub in, so Cleveland's going to have to play with 4. It's going to be a power play for Brunswick. Murphy with 11 here today. Really got to get this one to go down. And then the Yetis, they still have plenty of timeouts, so they'll use one. Missed it. Big miss. And then a travel is called. Oh, wow. Traveling called on Washington. Timeout Brunswick. Let me take another look at that play. Let's see what happened here. So here's the free throw. I don't see it. I don't see a travel there at all. Let's go back one more time here. All right, free throw again. You know what? If anything, it was a late whistle because she traveled before she took a dribble. All right, we're going to take a look at it one more time here. And I'm going to try to slow it down more. All right, let's slow it down more. All right, so free throw. See those 2 steps there before the dribble. That has to be the call there. That's my best guess at it. But it's real tough if you're the Yetis. Back to live action now. So Dolphins got a real good crack at it again. Yetis have left the window wide open for Brunswick. With 3.3, it's going to be Wilkins to inbound it. Again, look out for Boaknight, best three-point shooter on the team at 40%. Wilkins looking for somebody, got to find somebody. They get it off. Boaknight for the win, no good. And the Dolphins fall to 0-3 at home and 2-7 overall, losing 55-53. So the Yetis go to 2-8. That's going to do it for us here today. We'll be with you all day tomorrow, starting bright and early at 10 a.m. Our final day here at this 13th annual Brunswick